Hi, welcome to Plants to the Rescue. I'm Julie and this is
Sean.
And we are here to have a very candid, perhaps controversial talk on the obstacles to weight loss. This is probably going to be lengthy because every time Sean and I get going together, the video goes on for a long time. Sean wanted me to let you know that he's got a little bit of a cold.
A wee little one.
And he's just getting over it. We thought maybe it was COVID, but he's good. And I've been feeding him lots of nice fruits and vegetables, so he is getting over it very quickly, but his voice sounds like crap. Anyways, moving on to the topic at hand.
Here we go.
We are going to talk about... I Googled things people want to know about weight loss because I want these videos to be...
what you all want.
What y'all want. I don't want to go on here blabbing about stuff that nobody's interested in. So today we're going to be talking about the 5 top things that people think are an obstacle to weight loss, and we're going to destroy them.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this. And for a little bit of background, if you're new to our channel, I have lost 180 plus pounds on a primarily whole food plant-based diet. Definitely on a vegan diet. We've only been really compliant with the whole food plant-based diet for a few months now, honestly. So the bulk of our weight we actually just lost on a vegan diet and a very healthy vegan diet. But the whole no oil, no sugar thing has been super compliant now for months. And we feel great. Sean, how much have you lost? About 150?
About 150.
And we are not at goal yet. You can probably tell that by looking at both of us. We are not at goal. I still probably have, I don't know because I don't have like this number on the scale anymore. I'm going to land wherever my body wants to land. But I probably have a good 30 pounds more that I need to lose. And Sean?
About 70.
We don't even know.
60.
And that's part of what's going to come up for the talk as well, I'm sure. But here we go. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right, don't look so excited. Come on.
I'm super excited.
Okay. All right, the first thing that people say is an obstacle to losing weight is that they are unable to maintain the lifestyle. They're lying to you. They're unable to maintain the weight loss. So let's talk about that.
All right.
Sean, why do you think people think that they're unable to maintain the weight loss? And is that true? Is there... Now, if you look at the scientific facts, that is the truth. Most people, I think it's 1% of obese people will maintain their weight loss for their entire life. So I can't tell you that it's not the truth. It is the truth. Yeah. But why are people unable to maintain the weight loss? Why do you think?
So I understand this whole
concept
because I know that when we first went vegan, I lost the weight, like she said, like it was nothing.
The first 100.
Didn't even freaking try it.
Mm-hmm.
It just fell off of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people that are morbidly obese, they're going to have the same exact results because when you switch from the SAD diet, even to just a vegan diet, you're getting rid of so much of the caca that you've been eating for years that your body's quickly going to be like, okay, I understand what's going on, and then it loses the weight. But then you get to a certain point.
And you hit a plateau. Because your body's terrified you're starving.
And then you realize, okay, I'm slowly gaining, but I don't get like for me, I will slowly gain, but I won't get past a certain point.
It's not even real gain. This is a lot of what people don't understand with weight loss and body weight in general is you do fluctuate a good 5 pounds possibly daily, depending on hormone levels, depending on sodium levels of the food that you've eaten, depending on bowel movement and time of day, clothing that you're wearing. Right. There's so many factors that go into it. But you do hit a plateau if you were morbidly obese and you are losing an enormous amount of weight.
And I've also noticed on the weight loss journey, when you hit certain points, like for me, when I hit I think it was like 340 or 350, I was there for a while because at some point in my life, I was there for a while and my body liked that for whatever reason.
Yeah, 200 pounds for me. When I hit 200 pounds, it was really, really hard to go below that because I think there was a period in my life where I weighed 200 pounds for a length of time.
Yeah. So I think that like some people will see that and they'll get super frustrated and they'll just give up. But if you just push past that, eventually you'll start to get underneath that. And I think that the whole...
And people do not want their weight loss progression to slow down. They're terrified of that.
Right.
But it's normal and it's a good thing. I was just watching a video from Mastering Diabetes today, and it was a great video, and it was talking about when we lose weight from our body, a percentage of that weight is fat, but there is also a percentage of that weight that is muscle. The faster you lose weight, the more muscle you're going to lose from your body, and that's not a great thing. So slower weight loss is actually much healthier for your body than rapid weight loss, because we want to hold on to muscle and bone as much as we possibly can and just lose fat from our body. The best way to do that is at a slow and steady pace, and it's not what people want to hear.
Right, and I think that something...
This is going to happen a lot.
I don't know what I was saying. But...
All right, so that's number one. So can you...
Oh.
Yep.
So maintain results. I know that a lot of time something will throw me off of the track. And that's another reason why I don't maintain results, is because I'm not following it the way that I'm supposed to. So I think
that... Like a holiday.
Exactly.
Or...
But I think a lot of people will like have that, and then they'll just continue on that path, and they'll just be like, oh, well, I didn't maintain the results because I enjoy eating this crap.
Embrace failure as part of your weight loss journey. Because if you want to do this perfectly, you will not maintain your weight loss. I'm telling you right now, I've seen it happen. And even in the plant-based community, there are some terrifying examples of people that have lost a tremendous amount of weight and gained almost all of it back or more, because they could not embrace failure as being part of the weight loss journey. And it is part. Now, that isn't like license to fail. No. I'm not saying, hey, go have some Oreo cookies today, it's all going to be okay. But what I am saying is, if people get off track a little bit, they're like, I blew it, let's just run with that. That is the wrong mindset. It means you're human and you're having a human experience. And part of the human experience is being less than perfect. But don't ever lose the long-term vision. Yep. Once you lose the long-term vision and this becomes a short-term thing, you're already screwed.
And I think a lot of times in the culture that we live in, it's like instant gratification.
Oh, yeah.
Like you want to find something, you can have it at your door in like an hour or two. And like
Grubhub is not conducive to weight loss.
Or like you can buy anything on Amazon, usually get it the next day or 2 days later.
Exactly.
But I feel like a lot of times we've now like translated that into our like weight loss and all that stuff. It's not going to happen overnight. Like it's never going to happen overnight. Now you can make a change overnight, but that doesn't mean you'll get instant results. That means that it's now you've changed your lifestyle. And like the saying goes, 30 days makes a habit. Well, you have to...
It's not even true. I don't even think 30 days is. I think like 90 days is the truth.
But whatever it is, if you stick to it, eventually it'll just become like your lifestyle. Like for us, vegan, it's not changing. Like
we've been vegans for 13 years.
We're going to be vegans till the day we die. Like that's never going to change. But whole food plant-based now is now a part of our life as well, where every day we wake up and it's like, this is what we're having. There is no room because... And
we're going to go into that deeper very, very soon.
I'm going to shut up now because I'm ranting.
A lot of these piggyback onto each other, and I feel like it isn't really 5 separate points. The reality is it all goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
The second reason people say that they have trouble maintaining or losing weight overall is they cannot fit it into their lifestyle. So I'm gonna grab this first, and then I'm gonna let Sean go on a rant, because I know that he's gonna go on a rant about this. What I'm gonna say to you is, if your lifestyle was working in the first place, we would not even be having this conversation. You would not be watching this video. So if your lifestyle is broken, let's fix it. And let's have that mindset. I don't want to fit this into my formerly broken, messed up ideology regarding food. I don't want that lifestyle anymore. That lifestyle got me weighing 340 freaking pounds.
Right.
That lifestyle was not conducive to health. That lifestyle was conducive to death. I was going to die of morbid obesity. So I don't want to fit this weight loss journey into my previous former lifestyle, because that lifestyle was killing me.
Yeah.
But so many people want to fit the whole food plant-based journey into their present lifestyle, and they don't want to change their lifestyle. They want long-term weight loss to be easy, to be instantaneous,
It's not.
and to fit with their present lifestyle of comfort. And the truth, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you that it is as easy as my former lifestyle, because it isn't. It's not going to be a lifestyle of fast food. It's not going to be a lifestyle of convenience foods.
It's not going to be going to Cumbies and grabbing something off the shelves
Some
really
Slim
quick.
Jims and cheese
Right.
sticks. That was what
Like,
we lived off of.
It's not that easy, and sometimes you have to...
You have to put work into
Right.
it. And so it becomes a new lifestyle that isn't miserable. But at the beginning, it's going to be uncomfortable. And I don't want to lie to you about that. I see so many videos on YouTube that are like, easy weight loss. You can eat as much as you want on a whole food plant-based diet. Like, so many like very misleading videos that leave people feeling more like they're failing right from the get-go.
Yeah, it's not.
Because it's not like that for them.
No.
They don't allow themselves to have a period of adjustment. And there is. So Sean and I were talking about this earlier. When you're coming from a standard American diet and you dive into a whole food plant-based, no oil, no sugar lifestyle, it sucks. Hello, that's my truth.
It does.
The food, I don't care. You can watch Chef AJ and so many other people make what appears to be decadent whole food plant-based cooking show. Her stuff is beautiful. Beautiful.
It is.
And you're gonna go make that recipe, and you're gonna, if you're coming straight from standard American diet and you go have that Oreo cake that I made you,
Yeah.
and it looks beautiful, and you're gonna take that first bite, you're gonna be like,
Frig this.
this sucks, because you're not getting that endorphin hit.
Right.
It's not even endorphin, I forgot the friggin' name of it. Anyways, you're not getting that rush of sugar and fat. And so it's going to be less than stellar of an experience. But if you allow yourself to go through the process of, I'm coming off of this stuff and I'm going to eat just a bunch of fruit and a bunch of veggies, which I really highly recommend. I highly recommend, if you're coming from a standard American diet, that you do not go straight
Don't go straight
to those recipes. I recommend a period of adjustment to getting a clean palate.
And your body will detox.
And then when you have the whole food plant-based cooking show Oreo cake, you're going to be like, mind blow.
Yum, yum.
And you should probably save those recipes for holidays.
Correct. And I'm going to jump off of this, and to sit there and say that it doesn't fit into your lifestyle, well, like Julie said, your lifestyle needs to change, because clearly your lifestyle sucks. And I just feel like...
Okay, maybe we'll say their lifestyle's broken.
No, it sucks. So I feel like in a lot of ways... We were talking about this earlier, and it all comes down to, what do you prioritize? And are you prioritizing your health, or are you prioritizing your convenience, entertainment,
comfort,
whatever it is? Like, let's say your lifestyle is working 60 plus hours. Okay, well, how can you make that work with whole food plant-based?
Get an Instapot.
Get an Instapot. Get an air fryer. Get things that are going to make it more convenient for you, so that it doesn't fit.
Buy chopped vegetables. Like, I'm blessed in the fact that Sean is the one that works full-time, and my full-time job is to take care of my family. I'm one of those throwbacks from a generation gone by. I don't need to buy pre-chopped vegetables and, all of that stuff. I do so much of it. I make the sauces from scratch, all kinds of things like that. But Well Your World has great sauces out there and stuff that you can buy. So if you are a single person working, 60, 70 hours a week, you can do this.
Right.
I don't care what income bracket you are. There's no excuses.
No.
I don't care what your life looks like, how I'm too busy to do. I don't want to hear that. It is such crap. You have time for TikTok. Go ahead, Sean. I'll let you take that.
That's what I meant by when I said, like, if you're prioritizing your entertainment, such as I've heard so many people be like, well, I can't fit that in because I'm working all the time or I'm too busy. Well, you found time to go on Facebook to say that.
Mm-hmm.
You found time to go on TikTok and watch 1,000 videos.
Mm-hmm.
You found time to
binge
sit
Netflix.
down and binge whatever you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
You found time to eat the crap food.
Yeah.
You found time to do whatever it is that you're doing, drinking wine or whatever the hell you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in a lot of ways, as human beings, we usually prioritize the crap more than we prioritize the good.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. All right, number 3. I think we hammered that long enough. Number 3.
Cheers, mateys.
All right, this one's loaded too.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. I cannot successfully lose weight loss because I will be deprived of favorite foods. I'm gonna be honest.
And then
Yes,
I'm gonna jump in.
yes, you will be. I'm not gonna lie to you. For a short period, and if you do this, if you take the plunge and you do this wholeheartedly, that feeling will be short.
Correct.
And sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe not so sweet. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, you are. You're not going to get Little Debbie in your life. And, you know, if you're vegan, you're not going to get Oreos and Doritos, the ones that you can have, sweet chili, and
or like the Beyond Meat, so
Ben and Jerry's non-dairy. Yeah, you're
the fast food that you eat that's vegan or not vegan.
Impossible foods, all of that. No,
nope.
You are going to be deprived of them.
And if you feel deprived of them, part of the reason why you feel deprived of them is because you're still eating them.
Exactly. I have had so many. So let me give that example of a friend of mine. So, friend of mine, I once ran a weight loss support group for some friends, and I was the only one that was vegan. I was the only one that was really whole food plant-based vegan as well. And a lot of them were coming from a standard American diet, and I would only share recipes that were whole food plant-based. And I would do it every single day, trying to plant some seeds. And I had a friend that had a really crappy diet and was eating a lot of processed, really naughty foods. And she saw a recipe for a chocolate avocado pudding that was whole food plant-based, no sugar. And she was still eating crappy candy bars and all kinds of stuff. She made the recipe and it gagged the crap out of her. Well, duh. It's going to. We kind of talked about with that with the whole food plant-based Oreo cake. Right. It's not going to taste good to you.
And like I had said earlier, the more that you keep eating the high oil, high fat, high sugar, high salt,
cheese,
like all of that stuff, it's going to coat your taste buds. Mm-hmm. So when you eat something that's clean and not full of all that garbage, then it's not going to taste as good to you because you now have a
distorted taste buds.
Yeah. And it's not going to taste good to you. But the less you, like, as soon as you cut that crap out.
Not even less.
Right.
Cut it out.
That's why I changed it.
Yeah.
As soon as you cut that crap out and you start continually eating the good foods, you're going to go get a pear and you're going to be like, holy freaking A.
So
like,
in the summer, we were freaking, like, we go in seasons. So I can tell you, like, Christmas time, pomegranates. Sean and I, so many pomegranates. So Sean, oh my word. So primarily fruit is going to be your new mind blow. And it is your new dessert.
Yeah.
And it needs to be.
It has to
I honestly caution you to stay away from adding an enormous amount of recipes at the beginning of your journey.
Or anytime, honestly. You don't want to have a lot of them.
We're going to talk about that more later, about the staying motivated. I'm going to talk about that. But
look how beautiful your eyes are.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
So pomegranates were our thing in the wintertime, and then like in the summer, freaking mangoes. Oh my word, mangoes.
It's one of the best foods in the world.
I couldn't
argue with me on
that. Mangoes. Just mangoes. And it blows your mind, because when I was growing up, fruit was like a punishment. That was like, if my mom handed me a banana when I was growing up, I was like, what did I do wrong? Like, that was a punishment. It wasn't a good thing. I mean, I'd eat a banana as a youngster, but I wasn't thrilled about getting one. And now it's like, freaking give me all the bananas in the entire world. Things change. Things change drastically. And when you allow yourself to go through that process of change, you no longer feel deprived.
No.
And when you do get that occasional treat for the holidays that might be a little more decadent, might include dates, might include nuts, you're going to be really blown away by how amazing that tastes. We got a Ninja Creamy machine not too long ago, and I was so excited by the banana ice cream. And I had made vanilla banana ice cream and chocolate banana ice cream and peanut butter with PB powder banana ice cream. I made all the ice creams, and I was so excited to share it with some family members of mine that are not plant-based and not vegan. I was like, this is it. This is what's going to turn them on to eating this way. I was convinced if I just gave them my ice cream, they would put their processed food away and join me forever. 2 of them came over and tried it. They took one bite and said, bananas. And Sean and I were devastated. We were like, what do you mean, bananas? That is like the creamiest, most heavenly ice cream you've ever had. Yep. And they're like, no, Julie, that's bananas.
And that's it.
That process could not happen for them because they were still are eating
regular ice cream.
Sugar.
Yep.
Sugar, and oil. Sugar and oil, the culprits of the world. So, yeah, the truth, you will be deprived of your favorite foods for a short period of time.
But then you'll make new favorite foods. Like, mangoes are freaking phenomenal. Or, like, every now and then we'll get, like, a wicked juicy pear, and we'll be like, wow, this is heaven on earth.
And there will be room in your life to adapt your recipes. So, like, I love corn chowder. I loved corn chowder when I weighed 340 pounds. I weigh around 154 now. I love corn chowder now. So I love it. I absolutely love it. I loved pot pie a million years ago, and I love pot pie now.
She gives away where she's from as she doesn't pronounce the ERs.
Yeah, I'm from New England. So, but that isn't an everyday thing. So let's talk about our everyday foods. My everyday food is soup. I freaking live on soup. In the summer, I live on salads a lot, and I live on fruit in the summer, honestly. I freaking live on fruit. In the colder months, soup, stews, chilies. I just freaking live on it. I live on squash, kabocha squash. Oh my God. Sweet potatoes. I am not making all of those recipes. They are a pain in the ass. Right. And I make them for holidays. For Sean's birthday, whatever you want. Whatever you want that is whole food plant-based. You got it. But my daily food, you would look at it and you would be freaking bored if you were coming from standard American diet.
Right.
Potatoes, vegetables. Now we just steam them. Like before I was like getting off. At the beginning, I needed the sauce on the vegetables. The compliant sauce, but I needed all of that crap. Now I'm just like, steam some damn vegetables, Julie. I've got steamed carrots in there with nothing on them, and I'm just freaking noshing on them in the corner because things change. But that's my daily food. Sean,
rice. Not
so much.
Just rice.
And that's the other thing too. We forgot to talk about this. If Sean tried to eat no, it's on this. It's not.
It's right there.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, the lack of.
No, it isn't. That's not where I'm going.
No.
Sean, that's not where I'm going. So, if Sean, so I love potatoes. Sean says they kind of taste like dirt.
I can eat them. Now, we're talking regular potatoes here. We're not talking about the yummy friggin' Hannah Yams and all those other delicious, amazing.
But I'm a potato girl. If Sean was trying to be a potato guy,
it wouldn't work.
He'd feel deprived and freaking miserable.
I'd feel like I'm done.
Sean is what?
Rice.
Rice for breakfast, rice for lunch, rice for supper, rice for snack,
rice in my dreams.
I like brown rice. I can do rice a little bit, but after a while, I'm like, where the hell is my potato? If I was do not try to do this like someone else. Fine. Like, I love McDougall. I love all the plant-based doctors, and I get something different from all of them. But I do believe that starch should be the center of our diet. I do believe that's where the bulk of our calories should come from. And I do believe it's the only thing that's going to keep you satiated enough to be able to do this over the long haul. Do not skimp on your freaking starch.
No.
But my starch isn't Sean's starch.
Nope.
And if I try to make my starch Sean's starch, I'm going to feel freaking deprived. Find your thing. And there's not too much of it. So in your mind, if you're like, damn, like, I love potatoes, but I probably shouldn't have potatoes every single freaking day.
Why?
Who the hell says you can't?
Why?
He has rice every freaking day. He's lost 150 pounds eating rice. Like, it's okay. Find your thing. Find your food, and you won't feel deprived.
And you also have to get away from the mindset of the American diet. That's like, oh, well, you can't eat too many potatoes because you'll gain weight. Or you should stay away from rice because, well, it's bad for you.
And or like rice is a side dish.
No, it's not.
For supper time.
No, it's freaking not.
No, it's freaking a huge plate for breakfast. That's Sean's thing. Like, and I don't.
Miso.
Sometimes, like, for me, like, my snack is a freaking giant bowl of roasted Brussels sprouts. Who says it isn't? That is my snack. And getting away from breakfast, lunch, supper. This is how we do it. Well, breakfast, lunch, and supper is an institution. Right. It was not always that way. Go do some history. Some cultures only had 1 meal a day. Some cultures only had 2 meals a day. Just eat. Just eat. Some listen to your body. All right. So this is a big one. Let's move on to this because this might have to plan it here. And this will be a longer video, but, you know, entertaining is all hell. All right. And sorry for our potty mouths. We're from New England. It's just a different world. All right.
Friggin' A, yeah.
So we're not trying to offend anybody by our colorful banter, but this is just who we are. And we are imperfectly perfect on this channel. And dang proud of it. Dang. All right. This one, number 4, lack of support from family and friends.
Find some new family and friends.
I want to give some validity to this. I am blessed that my husband was more than willing to come on this journey. And in fact, he is the instigator of this journey. I wanted to go, after seeing Forks Over Knives, I wanted to go vegetarian.
I want to go vegetarian because I want my cheese.
I did so want my cheese. I wrote poetry and songs about cheese. But I was addicted to the queso morphines in cheese. And it was killing me.
Shout out to Neil Barnard.
Love you, guy. So anyways, I am very, very blessed because my husband was like, if we're going to do this, let's just go vegan. And we went vegan, and we only heard part of the message of Forks Over Knives. We did not hear the whole thing. If you want to hear more about my story, I am on their success stories of Forks Over Knives, and
we also did a video on it already.
We did a video on it. So,
but yeah, go check out Forks Over Knives website. This lovely lady is right up there.
Anyway,
check it out, share it, get it around.
Lack of support from family and friends. This is a really real thing, and we can relate to it on some level. Our son went junk food vegan when we went vegan and was not interested in health or weight loss at all. And so we were a dual household in the fact that Brian had his areas, and this is important. This support is going to look different for everybody. Support does not mean that your spouse or your family members have to 100% do what you are doing. That's not what it means. Support to me means I am going to encourage you to do what is good for you. I was blessed. My husband had the same struggles as me and wanted to do the exact same thing as me. So we were really blessed in that, and we know that. And I love you, and I'm so grateful. Seriously, yeah. I'm so grateful to you for it.
And I'm grateful to you to being a good cook.
But there's different levels of support. Support could be if you have an omnivore. I hate that phrase.
And
you have an omnivore spouse.
A bowl eater.
All right, Sean. That's going a little too far. So support could be you're going to go get your Burger King in the drive-thru and you're not going to bring it home.
Yeah.
That might be support in your family. And I'm not going to diss that because they're still being supportive to your healthcare. Support could also be what we did with our son for a very long time. He's now whole food plant-based as well, which makes life so much better. But support meant his vegan junk food was in a separate area in our house, and we didn't venture. It was just like going in the grocery store and seeing the meat aisle. It just didn't exist. You just put it out of your mind.
Which, the longer that you're on this track, the more when you walk into a store, you're like, that just isn't food. It's
not food.
Like even like Beyond Meat and all those other things.
It's not food.
Like you just walk by it because you're like, that's not even food. Like why?
It's not food. I had to do that. So for those of you that are vegan now and like you've got that under your belt,
which is awesome. Congratulations.
Absolutely. But you haven't been able to like really, really grab hold of whole food plant-based or stick with it. You need to use the same mindset that you did when you went vegan of animal flesh is not food. And you actually have to develop you have to be repulsed by it. You really do. Mm-hmm. And so now when I see the bakery section or I see even like the Beyond Meat section or the Gardein or any of those products, it is not food. To me now, that is a chemical concoction.
Right.
Used to replicate food to help people get away from animal cruelty. And that's all it is. It is not conducive to health. So make that switch in your mind. And once you practice that over and over again in your head, it will become a lot easier. If you do not have support from family and friends,
find it.
I really am sorry, but there are no excuses there either, because there are so many free virtual plant-based communities. I don't know if they heard me over here hacking.
Sorry.
You okay?
I'm good.
All right. There are so many whole food plant-based communities virtually. And no, is it the same as in person? It is not. But in some ways, I feel closer to Broccoli Mom and Dr. Will than I do people that I know in person. Because we have that bond, that connection. And even if they don't know me and we never meet, we're living the same journey, the same life together. We have the same values. And those that you share values with, that's who you're going to feel bonded to and connected to.
And I know that there are some people out there that don't use social media because for whatever reason you don't use it. So find a community on YouTube. Like they have I
mean, that's social media in some ways.
It is social media, but a lot of people don't view it as social media, but whatever. But like
get the books, get the magazines.
You're watching this. So let's say you want community. While your world has like a Friday night chat or something like that, you can go on there and you can just go on and chat with people, and I guarantee you'll get responses. They might respond to you, sometimes they don't, but other people will. And eventually you'll find your community. It doesn't have to be Well Your World, it can be comment on here.
There's so many.
And Julie will always get back to you. I won't because I'm bad and whatever. But she will. And
he's busy playing Call of Duty.
Correct. And and I feel like in a lot of ways, like we use that excuse of, well, I don't have the support, so I'm just gonna give up. Well, don't. I
also did this wrong for a long time. For a long time, I let myself be isolated because I was only looking up recipes. I was only watching YouTube videos for recipes, and I would scroll Facebook like everybody does, and I would be like, I feel so lonely, and I would be like, yeah, I belong to Forks Over Knives Community Support Group, I belong to this support group, I belong to that support group from this plant-based person, but I wasn't immersing myself in the community. I wasn't posting pictures of my food. I wasn't getting involved. I wasn't responding to anybody's comments. I wasn't encouraging anybody else. You know, I had a spiritual advisor in my life at one time that said, in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. And I love you, Nick. He was right. He was 100% right. I can't want that supportive friendship if I'm not willing to be that supportive friendship. So get out of your freaking own butt and make some friends.
And I will also say, if you are for whatever reason, anti-social media, Why are you?
Maybe you're following the wrong media.
Correct. And I would definitely say get on the bandwagon of social media but don't get addicted to it. But
Find balance.
Find balance. Like, make a Facebook, go on there and use it to find your community. Don't use it to mindlessly just scroll. Go on there.
Get off of freaking TikTok and
Seriously,
just
TikTok
watching stupid videos. And find some health in social media, because social media is the devil in some areas.
But it's also
a lifeline.
Mm-hmm. And like Julie said, the Forks Over Knives support group, we run our own group that
Plants to the Rescue support group.
You can feel free to come on and you can chat with us, and Julie's on there and she'll respond to you, and again, I won't. So I feel like in a lot of ways, like, you're hindering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hinder yourself, because now you're going to make it harder for yourself. And
there's support out there if you want it.
I understand that a lot of certain kind of medias will push on you, anti like Facebook and all those other things.
He has a head cold, so forgive him. He's kind of.
I will say Facebook can be used for bad, so don't use it for bad. Use it for good. Mm-hmm. Join the social things that you need, and
remember,
find your groups.
Only 1% of morbidly obese keep the weight off.
So
if you want to be in the 1%, do the freaking work.
And don't make it harder on yourself.
Find out. Follow people who have done it.
Right.
I mean, that's a huge part of it too. So I'm glad that my brain just did that. Like, don't follow people that are failing. Right. Don't follow the people that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
And
don't waste your time. Like, if you've got, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. If you've got 100 pounds or more to lose, then maybe following a social influencer that lost 20, 30 pounds and is 20 years younger than you isn't really the person that you should be following every day.
Also, you probably shouldn't be following people that are, like, promoting conspiracy theories.
Okay, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about at all.
I'm just saying. I'm talking, like, conspiracy theories on, like, this oat milk will kill you, or tofu is giving you cancer, and all these other things. Like,
okay, now I know where you're going. Sometimes the bunny trail, I can't follow it.
No, I'm saying, like I have seen a lot of people post things that I'm like, where is the logic there? There's no logic there. You're now promoting it to make it where people won't be successful.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Follow the people that you want to be like. I am obsessed with Broccoli Mom because of the volume of food that she eats. Oh, listen, Sean. And I am obsessed with Fat Man Rants because his story reminds me of mine.
Yeah. And
he's done it and blown my freaking mind.
And the proof is in the pudding.
So my husband loves podcasts, so Rich Roll really appeals to him. Like, you need to follow your people, and you will find them. You will find them out there. Like, Let's Eat Plants. She's great. She's a little too perfect for me, honestly. Like, her style. Broccoli Mom is a freaking disaster. I'm a disaster. It appeals to me. Fat Man Rants. He's a former addict. He weighed an enormous amount of weight. He's into athletics. That appeals to me. So that is who I am going to follow. Find your people. And instead of trying to, like, really follow, like, 100 people and be scattered everywhere, follow a few people that have what you want and go get it.
And don't follow someone who's going to keep pushing, pay this, 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 and then you will be friends. No.
And I mean, there's a place for that. Right. There's a lot of great things that you can enjoy that do have a price tag attached to them, and you're going to get, like, I know that Tim Kaufman has a paid group that he gives them a lot of goodies.
Right.
He gives them one FaceTime, and he gives them all kinds of recipes, all kinds of support. And I think that's great. If you have the funds to do that, I think that there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
At some point, I might charge for something. Who the hell knows? But also, he gives so much away for free.
Right.
Pay attention to that. The second you're clicking on someone's video, if they're asking for buy this book, buy this meal plan, buy this, you don't need to do that. There's so much free. There's a vast amount of free stuff out there.
And I think that's in some way this form of lifestyle. It kind of gets a bad rap because if you go and look for it, a lot of them charge a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in like when you're first starting, you're not going to be like, well, I'm going to pour all my money into this because this is it.
And that's why stay tuned to our channel. Because we're very extremely frugal and budget conscious. So if that's where you're at, like if you have a lot of disposable income and you're going to buy like the Holland bowls and the balsamic vinegars and the fancy spices and all the sauces and you have a lot of money, like if I was a multimillionaire, I'm telling you, I would have a lot of convenience foods that are whole food, plant-based, no oil, no sugar in my household. But that is not the case. We have a tight budget. And so I tend to follow people that are doing this simply and simply beautifully. Right. And anyways, enough of that. Last one, because this is getting long. I can't stay motivated, so I can't lose the weight. I'm going to let you go first because then I'm going to slam it home.
So I feel like I have heard this about 1 billion times, and I think that it's a bunch of BS.
Well, to me, it's like, duh, no crap, you can't stay motivated. Nobody can.
Right. That's why I say I think it's
Sorry,
a bunch of BS.
I was going to let him take it.
Because in a lot of ways, not everyone will stay, like you'll have a fire for it at first. Mm-hmm. Like, you just will. Like, that's natural to have a fire for it. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? That fire is eventually going to dim down. Mm-hmm. And then you're not going to feel as motivated. But, like I was saying...
The fire comes back, though.
It comes and goes. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in a lot of ways, I was saying to Julie earlier that...
Something.
I don't remember. Oh, no, because we were talking about motivation. So...
He has ADHD.
So in everything you do in life requires some form of motivation. Mm-hmm. So let's say your favorite pastime is to scroll mindlessly. Well, you didn't really think about it, but in a form of way, it took motivation to pick up the phone and start scrolling.
Okay, but for those that make their bed.
Hold all right, fine. Right. If you make your bed, that took motivation. If you clean your house, that took motivation. If you went to work, that took motivation. If you clocked into
your job.
Right. If you, whatever that blank line is for you.
It's not even that it's motivation. It became autopilot.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's where you're trying to go, baby.
That's where I'm trying to go, is that it just became something that you don't even have to think about anymore. So if
you brushed your teeth today.
It goes along with what we were saying earlier, where veganism just became a part of our life, and it's not we
didn't have to think about it.
There isn't like
anymore.
A second thought there.
Mm-mm.
So I think that like when you keep going on this path, eventually it'll just become second nature. Mm-hmm. And you won't need the motivation. Like, you don't need to go listen to some friggin' multi-billionaire give you a motivational speech. You'll just wake up in the morning.
Go for it and do it, because it's a healthy thing to do.
Right, but you don't need it. Like, you can wake up in the morning and be like, okay, well, I'm going to have...
my oat bar that I have every morning of my life.
And I'll have some rice with some miso on it, or whatever we have. And I feel like in a lot of ways, people use that for an excuse. Well, I couldn't get motivated. Well,
or I lost my motivation,
right.
And that's why I fell off. No, so I'm going to piggyback now. Everybody loses their motivation. No, I'm not going to.
I was looking at you.
Oh, all right. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
How
you doing?
Everybody loses motivation. And that's why I always try to tell people that I'm working with and people that I've, because when you lose over 100 pounds, the flipping world wants to know, 1, how long did it take? And 2, how did you do it?
How'd you do it?
So I have a lot of people that message me, friends, family, people that, met me once 10 years ago, whatever. And I can't stand the question. First of all, I can't stand the question, how long did it take you?
Are you okay?
And you even hear that on the plant-based YouTube videos. I can't stand it. How long did it take you? Who freaking cares? Am I in this? Am I in this for skinny, or am I in this for health? If you're in this for skinny, then that question is relevant. If you're in this for health, it is not.
And I feel like in a lot of ways, to piggy off, and then I'll just say this real quick.
That hurts people.
It goes along with the thing that I was going to say.
He's really going to have a cold.
No, because I was gonna say, like, in a lot of ways, like, you end up killing someone's drive because maybe they don't have that same success. Like, they didn't lose that 100 pounds in the first year. Well, now you've made it where that person watching that video is like, well, obviously I'm not going to make it.
Or a lot of people will be like, damn, I don't have a lifetime. Well, then you don't. Okay, so...
Then you'll die early.
Exactly. Like, you really need to be on... I think a lot of people tell themselves, I am in this for health, and they lie to themselves that they're in this for health, when the truth is they're in this to fit into a certain pair of pants. They're in this to get skinny. And they're lying to themselves of why they're in it. They are in it for vanity. They are in it to look a certain way or to feel a certain way, and they're not truly in it for health. And I think you need to be really honest with yourself. If you are only in this to be skinny, you are going to fail.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
You might get skinny, and you then will gain all your weight back.
Correct.
Because you were very like short-term goal oriented. If you are in it for health, no matter hell or high water, no matter how many times you fail, and we're going to talk about that in a second, you will keep going. You will keep moving forward. Be willing to embrace failure if you want to be successful over the long term.
So, and in a lot of ways, like if you listen to like philosophers nowadays or motivational speakers, a lot of them are promoting the embrace your failures. Well,
because there's a lot of truth to it.
In a lot of ways, like let's say you're just like you're watching this video and you're still on the sad diet and you're like, okay, I'm sick and tired of feeling this way. I want to change something. Well, if you go head first into this and all of a sudden you find yourself at a family retreat or a holiday or whatever it is. A crisis.
Family sickness.
They come up. It happens. And
COVID.
And right. And you fall and you're like, all right, well, I all of a sudden just ate a whole pint of Ben and Jerry's non-dairy ice cream. And embrace that failure, but
don't embrace the Ben & Jerry's.
No.
But embrace that the failure happened and that you are truly authentically human.
But I feel like in a lot of ways when they say embrace your failures, I think they're meaning like learn from it.
Or accept it and move on. Don't say dug in, stuck there.
Right, but also learn from it. Like I fell. Awesome. I enjoyed that. Move on now and enjoy the other stuff. And I feel like in a lot of ways, the more that you keep fighting your failures, the more that you're going to fail. Allow
yourself to restart this as many freaking times as you need to.
Right.
Sean and I, that's why we're still here 150, 180 pounds later. We had many issues come up. Our son got diagnosed with bone cancer. We both gained weight again.
Yep.
The pandemic came, we both gained, it's in like 40 pounds is our magic number.
It is.
Like we gain during major life crises about 40 pounds back. We indulge on whatever the hell it is that is our trigger food to indulge in. We hit a place where we're like, this isn't working anymore. Let's go back to our roots. Let's start over again.
Yep.
Be willing to start over as many times as it takes until the day you stop breathing. Because it's okay.
And I think that's why this is called a lifestyle.
But I'm not making an excuse for you either.
No.
Learn the difference. Me saying to you that life is going to happen and get in the way and it's okay does not mean that I want you to go support Impossible Burger.
No.
I'm not saying that to you at all. What I am saying is life is going to happen. You will have probably, I think there's a very few percentage, the Dr. Hammer's Goldhammer and and Chef AJ, there's a very small percentage of people that are going to do this perfectly. And then there's the rest of us. And life is going to happen, and sometimes life hurts. And we go back to our default setting. And if your default setting is overeating to soothe pain, chances are you're going to fall occasionally. Get up, dust yourself back off, reach out to those people that you've now connected with that are healthier than you. That's what I always say to Sean. You always want people in your life that are a little less where you're at, but you want a whole lot more people that are further along than you are. Because if you're the furthest along in your circle, you're screwed.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you agree with that?
100%.
I need mentors. I need to stay teachable. And if you're the person in the room that knows more than everybody else, you better get the hell out of the room.
Yeah. Time to find a new room.
You need a new room. I need people in my life that are going to encourage me, support me, and push me further than what I already know. When I stop having those, I stop growing and I get stuck. So hopefully we've smashed through some of this. Hopefully you're not walking away watching this super, super discouraged. We mean this to be an encouragement to you. So real quick, I'm going to go down these. You're unable to maintain these results. Yes, you are. You are able to maintain your results. We have successfully, both of us, kept off 100 pounds for over 12 years. Yes, that 40 pounds has come and goes, but we have maintained 100-pound weight loss, both of us, for over 12 years. Yeah. So we have dispelled that myth. 2, I can't fit it into my lifestyle. Then change your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is broken. Right. It got you where you are right now. It's okay to embrace a new lifestyle that will get you where you want to be.
Us as humans are supposed to continue to evolve. So.
Always. 3, I'll be deprived of favorite foods. Yep. Well, I've got good news for you. Your favorite foods will change.
Yep.
And they will be just as delightful as anything that you ever had before.
Embrace a mango.
Embrace a mango. And 4, I don't have support from family and friends. Well, the crazy thing is, I will be your friend. I will be your friend. And maybe we will never meet in person, but I can still be a friend to you. I can still be a support person in your corner, and there are thousands others. So let go of that and find some new support. And 5, I can't stay motivated. No crap. That's because discipline and consistency trumps motivation every single stinking time.
Correct.
Learn to do this on autopilot and you won't have to worry about the motivation piece. All of those weight loss obstacles are myths created in your head by a diet industry that profits over your failures.
Correct.
And over your shame.
Yep.
Let go of the shame and come into the light. That's so corny. But it's so true.
I like it.
All right. I hope you have a great day.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
And it'll be a shorter talk next time. See ya.